Wowcher is a daily deals site, and we work via a voucher redemption model. And these vouchers can be for spas, theme parks, hotels, international travel, but also anything goods focused, as well as home products and electronics products. And what we really aim to do is create that aspirational lifestyle for people that are potentially on a budget.
Button's a mobile technology partner. Our goal is to optimize for conversion. So we take every existing click or every source of traffic in affiliate today, in mobile affiliate, and drive more revenue and sales from those clicks by sending it through our pipes, essentially.
14 years ago, the primary method of purchasing online was desktop. Over the probably about 5 years, we increasingly saw the demand and need to migrate into a mobile first strategy.
They reached out saying, we really want to drive install growth. That's a key goal for us. We want to have it on an efficient CPI model, so cost per install model, and had been partnered with kind of app attribution partners in the past, but kind of mentioned previously where there was this huge gap in data. It meant we could fix that gap. And initially when we launched, we saw 29% of orders happening in the app. And that's now shifted to 50% of orders. And that's from driving installs, getting those customers more sticky, but also just making sure those customers are landing in the app when it's installed.
Yeah.
Like Amy mentioned, customers are coming from Facebook. They're also coming from Instagram. They're coming from all these platforms where on mobile, those platforms are actively trying to keep that customer in their experience because they want the engagement, they want them clicking around. Whereas what we do is we break them out, get them into the Wowcher app because we know that they have the app installed and they're going to be more loyal to Wowcher and have a more seamless experience.
I wonder if you could give us a bit more information as to the kinds of challenges that you were seeing at Wowcher before you had initiated the partnership with Button.
So prior to the relationship with Button, the data was in so many different platforms that it was really hard to aggregate, and it was really hard for us to make accurate business decisions of where we should put our budget and be able to spend more money to obviously achieve a positive ROI. We needed a view of the incrementality, so how many app installs affiliates were driving, as well as how many conversions were coming through affiliates via the app, and Button was able to really support us with that.
85 million user journeys are invisible to MMPs at the moment because of ATT and other various kind of challenges in that space. So Awin will redirect all of their traffic to Button. Button will essentially wrap that link. When that click happens, we send that click data to AppsFlyer. We give them that information that has previously been missing, and then they're able to attribute everything downstream from installs to conversions. That means all of the affiliate data is now being attributed correctly to Wowcher's program. And then on top of that, we don't have a one link fits all mentality. We use a whole host of different linking functions that mean we will link the user to where they should be going at the point of click. If we think it's better to install, we'll drive them to install to then purchase in app. And your day-to-day does not change in the sense of how you work with everything else, how you work with a network, how you work with an MMP. We're the pipes essentially that traffic routes through that takes that customer from where it originates to making the final purchase.
What are the steps there and kind of the timeframes to actually getting things live between advertiser and Button?
It took a month.
Wow.
Which was really great. We had your team so dedicated on getting this live in time for kind of the Christmas peak and into January and the new year.
Also, we look at the size of the prize to determine where we should prioritize our efforts. And at that point, we saw Button being one of the biggest size of the prize to be able to attribute correctly and to be able to make better business decisions.
Earlier on, you referenced ATT, so Apple's App Tracking Transparency Framework. Amy, from your point of view, since the release of ATT, how has that impacted the way in which you approach your role?
I definitely think when ATT was first announced, there was a sense of panic as we wouldn't be able to attribute our mobile performance correctly. So that's why it's great when we started working with Button, because they were able to plug those gaps and really support us.
We track session data. We don't track user data. So anything to do with a customer's device like IDFA or personal identifiers just are not required fundamentally for our tracking. Because we're on that session basis, we can identify for customer clicks, track the actual downstream events in a privacy compliant world. So even as all these ATT changes were happening, we were able to proactively look at all these changes, reach out to all our customers and say, this is okay, nothing changes, we don't rely on it. And so everything could continue as normal, even once the releases came into place.
How do you think that this supports that conversation in getting like C-suite acknowledgement and investment into the affiliate channel?
I think by having the reliable attribution, it means your channel is being rewarded for the money that's being invested. And I think affiliate can be such an undervalued channel when actually it's, especially from a content perspective, it's driving new customers, brand awareness. They're typically younger audiences. So that's the opportunity to drive a ton of new customers to fall in love with your brand, to become loyal customers that have your app installed. And that starts with a seamless customer experience. It starts with creators and publishers being rewarded for the sales they're driving.